Is it true that Jungkook's old wounds reopened after witnessing the injustice Taehyung faces during military service? Why does HYBE remain silent? What is really going on behind the scenes of this giant agency? When a huge name like BTS is involved in a sensitive issue like military treatment, attention comes not only from fans but also from media, industry observers, and even military institutions. Now, the spotlight is on two BTS members often associated with deep emotional bonds and loyalty, Jungkook and Taehyung. In recent weeks, tensions have risen, especially since reports surfaced that Taehyung, currently serving his mandatory military duty, is allegedly being treated differently compared to other BTS members. Speculation suggests that the treatment is not only unfair but also filled with pressure and isolation. This becomes even more painful as the public realizes that HYBE Entertainment, as the agency, seems to show no protective action or official statement in support of the artist. And amid this tension, one figure is emotionally dragged into the turmoil: Jungkook. He is reportedly deeply affected and even made a cryptic statement during his last live stream that fans interpreted as a code regarding Taehyung's condition. Anonymous sources within the military community revealed that Taehyung is suspected of being placed under stricter conditions, receiving a heavier duty schedule, and even being separated from the usual social groups he interacts with. Some mention psychological pressure due to his status as a major celebrity. Although Taehyung is known to be calm and patient, his body language during public visits and his military letters hint at exhaustion, not just physically but emotionally as well. The question is, where is HYBE's role in all of this? Do they really not know? Or are they deliberately choosing to stay silent to protect their image? When HYBE's name is mentioned, many recall BTS's global success and how the agency manages world-class K-pop artists. But behind the glitter, suspicion arises among armies. Why doesn't the agency actively defend Taehyung? In the past, when BTS members faced rumors or media pressure, HYBE was known to be reactive and protective. But this time, their silence is striking. No clarifications, no official statements, not even emotional support on social media. Some speculate that Taehyung is no longer HYBE's top priority, especially since his solo projects are developed more artistically than commercially. This reopens old wounds for Jungkook. For longtime armies, they know how close Jungkook and Taehyung are. They are not just group mates, but close friends who always support each other. In some documentaries, Jungkook once revealed that Taehyung is the person who makes him feel less alone in this harsh world. Now, seeing his friend treated unfairly and the agency remaining silent, Jungkook can no longer stay silent. Some fans noticed that during his last live, Jungkook paused for a long moment staring at the screen, then said, "Sometimes, the ones you trust the most do nothing when you need them the most." That sentence immediately shocked armies. Many are convinced it was directed at HYBE, which has disappointed Jungkook with their passive attitude toward Taehyung's situation. Speculation grew even more when some Korean media began spotlighting Jungkook's increasingly independent attitude. He started managing several projects on his own, rarely mentioning HYBE, and even appeared closer to personal staff than central management. This issue strengthens the suspicion that there is internal tension between Jungkook and HYBE, especially regarding Taehyung's treatment. An entertainment industry insider said, "Jungkook is a loyal person, but if he sees his friend being hurt and management is nothing, he won't stay silent. This isn't just business for him." This statement reinforces the image of Jungkook as someone who cares not only about music but also about justice for the people he loves and the Korean entertainment industry. Such tensions behind the scenes are not uncommon. But when it involves a group as big as BTS, especially two beloved figures, Jungkook and Taehyung, this situation becomes far more emotional and sensitive. Some observers say that HYBE is currently in a transition period, trying to reshape its image after BTS's era as an active group. During this transition, they might be prioritizing new things, and unfortunately, Taehyung is no longer at the top of that list. But if this is true, it clearly hurts Jungkook, who sees his comrade being ignored just because of business strategies. No wonder old wounds about trust, betrayal, and helplessness haunt the golden magne again. Looking ahead, Will Jungkook take a further stand? The big question now is, will Jungkook take more extreme steps? Some armies speculate that Jungkook might speak openly soon, or even arrange symbolic movements as protests against the perceived injustice toward Taehyung. If this happens, the world will see a rarely exposed side of Jungkook, not just as a great singer and dancer, but as someone ready to challenge the system for justice and friendship. Behind the grand stage, behind the spotlight and millions of fans, there is a human side that can never be ignored. The story of Jungkook and Taehyung is not just about two K-pop idols, but about loyalty, old wounds, and resilience against injustice. When HYBE chooses silence, Jungkook seems ready to speak. And when he speaks, the world will listen and maybe change. After everything revealed about the alleged unfair treatment of Taehyung, about Jungkook's old emotional wounds reopening, about HYBE's suspicious passive attitude, one big question arises. At this point, we as ARMY need to reflect more deeply. We all know the entertainment industry is not always transparent. Many stories are constructed, covered up, or arranged to create certain perceptions. And when our feelings get involved, especially when it concerns Jungkook and Taehyung, logic can easily be overcome by emotion. But let's honestly ask ourselves, is it true that Taehyung really received unfair treatment in the military? Or is he just going through a tough duty like other soldiers, and social media has amplified that perception because of his global star status? Is Jungkook really signaling a protest to HYBE? Or are we the ones interpreting every word, every glance, because we miss their interactions so much? Is HYBE really cold? Or is the agency choosing silence to maintain internal calm and safety for BTS members during military service? As fans, are we helping them by pressuring HYBE? Or just stirring the situation that might not be as we imagine? This is not just about right or wrong love. This is about seeing the full picture, not just the viral pieces. We need to be wiser. We need to pause and ask, who are we really defending? And who is playing behind the scenes of this story? Ask yourself, is what I believe right now a fact? Or is it just a reflection of my love hurting because they seem to suffer? In a world full of rumors, camera flashes, and millions of social media opinions, truth often comes late. But it always comes if we are patient enough to wait and smart enough to recognize it. Right now, maybe Jungkook can't speak directly. Maybe Taehyung doesn't have the space to explain. And maybe HYBE has reasons they can't reveal yet. But one thing is sure, when it's all over, when military service ends and the stage lights up again, they will speak. And then we will know who is right, who is wrong, and who chooses to stay silent. Now, everything is back to you, love. We all as ARMY. Will you keep believing in unverified words? Or will you keep space to hear directly from those we love most? Jungkook and Taehyung, you have power, but you also have heart and mind. Use both in balance. And when the truth finally surfaces, we will know who is truly fighting for each other.